I thought you'd be on a camp tour, but this is the first one for you. So welcome to St. John Fisher University. And it's kind of a unique little assignment you're on here for CBS. And, I mean, why don't you share it? Because we've got a team of cameras here from the Hard Knocks people, but you're covering those people.
I am. I'm covering the team behind the team, which is HBO's Hard Knocks.
Yeah.
You know, it's something that we have gotten used to as football fans because they have given us so many moments. I mean, this dates back to, you remember that Ravens early 2000s Hard Knocks?
Oh, yeah.
Ray Lewis and Terrell Suggs, that entire crew.
The rookie show.
Yeah,
that was great.
The Goose. Yeah,
oh,
exactly.
my God, the rookie show was
The rookie
amazing.
show was unbelievable. So, you know, I wanted to give our viewers an insight on what it takes to create the show and the type of turnaround that they have. So we're interviewing a lot of people in their crew. A couple of players are going to stop by. But then also me as a former player and someone who just loves football, it's hard not to just pay attention to the Buffalo Bills and how good they look. I know that they have dealt with some injuries. It's that time of year. You're going to be a little banged up. But this is a team that we're consistently going to talk about as Super Bowl contenders. The question is, can they get over that hump?
Yeah, and that's the thing as well. It's about that last game.
Yeah.
Seems to be they do all this. They do so many things so well.
Yes.
I mean, the off season, the preseason, they really have a process that Coach calls it that works for them.
McDermott is legit, man.
He really is. But it all comes down to playing well on that last. I mean, I'm a professional last game loser, so it is about playing well on that last game, and it's really no magic elixir.
Yeah.
It's just, let's get there again, take another swing at it.
Yeah.
What's your philosophy on how to finish a season like that?
It's really, it comes down to, like you said, last plays. It's not necessarily last game. You know, I look at some of the moments that allowed the Kansas City Chiefs to get over that hump and even beat the Bills in certain instances. I've always paid attention to Patrick Mahomes in the pocket, the last few plays where we know a team, or even the Buffalo Bills, for example, are bringing the blitz. They're going to bring the heat. And what I've noticed is they construct their plays in a way where they're prepared for every scenario. It's like Doctor Strange. They've seen every outcome.
Right.
And Patrick Mahomes, there's some heroics there, but he always knows where he needs to go. Okay, they're bringing the blitz off of the right side. I'm going to pay attention to the left. I'll go progression right to left, dump it down to the running back, or extend the play with my legs, and then hit my tight end who's going to be sitting somewhere over the middle because he knows where the pockets are. It's always like, it's like organized chaos. A few times I've noticed the Bills in that same situation. I look at last year, for example. They bring the heat to Josh, and it's like he's retreating 15, 20 yards, and he's just trying his best to extend the play, and then he lets the ball go. And in my mind,
a great throw and it hits the ground.
It's a great throw.
A great throw and it hits the ground.
But for me, as a wide receiver, why does that play have to be so difficult in that moment? It just seemed that, like, there was one assignment that wasn't quite dialed in, and I'm not trying to place the blame on anybody. It's not the coordinator, it's not the offensive line, it's not the running back didn't pick up the blitz, it's not Josh. It's just that it wasn't as well oiled as the rest of the season, if that makes sense to you.
Yeah.
I also feel like Spags saved some stuff in the bag for the postseason too, though. There's always a new wrinkle, 2 or 3, that Spags will pull out for postseason
100%
only, right?
100%,
right?
But that's where the ultimate chess game of football comes in.
Yep.
You know that there's going to be something that's sitting in the inside pocket of a defense coordinator that you're going to have to be prepared for.
Because you have to have 1 or 2 of those for Josh, right?
And listen, we all knew it was coming. Like, we're all on the outside looking in. We've been around the sport a long time, and we're like, the heat's coming. And we know that they're going to dial it up in the second half of the playoff game. If we're prepared for it coming, and we just have a plan A, B, and C on every particular play, not only will we get the first, we're going to gash them. Like, that's the thing about anticipating the right type of blitz.
Right.
So I know I'm going a little deep in the weeds, but that's the only thing I can point to. And if I'm saying that this is the last play of the last game before you get to the Super Bowl, this team is in great shape every year. Listen, we always start the season off, and we say the same thing for every squad. We're 0-0. Every team has a chance to win. No, they don't. No, they do not. But the Bills, damn right they do. They are talented top to bottom. And last thing, Josh Allen. Incredible talent. Every single year of his life, I feel like he has improved on all aspects of the game. The physical part, the mental part, and being elite. He's not just a great man to have in your huddle. He is a great man to have in your community. I wish I would have played for a QB like him.
Yeah, and to your point, one of the things he said back in the spring, because he always picks an area of his game to improve in the offseason, and then there we are in the regular season, and he's better at whatever that was. Pre-snap is where he's already really good pre-snap, but to your point, end of the season, last play of the game,
it up a notch.
He wants to be better pre-snap, and I think it's for that very reason that you talked about. I want to tap into your receiver expertise. I know you only got about 25 minutes watching these guys in individual.
Yeah. No, but I'm familiar with the game.
We had a run game period. You didn't even get to watch them catch passes and run routes very much. But you know Joshua Palmer as a player.
Yep.
You know Elijah Moore as a player. Those are kind of the two new additions to this receiving core as a whole. How do you see their insertion into this Joe Brady offense working out?
Yeah, well, you have Palmer, who is a lengthy wide receiver, quick in and out of his breaks, and then Moore, who's a shorter receiver that can really dominate in the slot. I mean, this is a couple of guys. These are a couple of guys that can help, bring this balance to the wide receiver room. Keon Coleman is a big time splash receiver. This sophomore season for him is huge. This is the moment where you go from being the guy that can jump the 40-inch vertical, make the splash catch over you, the big highlight grab, to now being well-rounded and showing up as a true number one. Khalil Shakir, in my opinion, the most underrated receiver in the game, can do it all. I want to talk about having a safety blanket out there. This dude, if you just watch him on any given play, Josh knows where he's going to be. He is one of the most consistent guys. Then you add in Moore, Palmer, and a few other guys that are trying to make some strides. They're probably going to have to make an impact on the special teams and then add some value as a wide receiver. But I just think now you have a strong group. For a long time, not a long time, but I remember when Diggs was here. This was Diggs' receiving room, and then the rest of the guys filled it in. This should be wide receiving room, and on any given day, you are applying pressure because you don't know who's going to kill you.
And that's
the point of building out the right type of room.
It's a philosophical shift that this team
100%.
made from the front office on down. They said, okay, we're going to move on from our alpha.
Yep.
So as soon as Diggs is traded, they made this philosophical shift that we may not have an alpha yet. Maybe Coleman develops into that. We'll see. But from 1 through 5 or 1 through 6, however many they keep, it may not be like an A-plus guy and some B guys, but there's a lot of B-plus and A-minus guys.
No doubt. And you don't have to always have an alpha. Listen, I played with –
Packers do that
the Packers do that a little bit. And for what it's worth, after Tyreek left Kansas City, they did it.
Yeah.
Name the number one wide receiver on their team the last handful of years.
Some of it was because of necessity, because they had guys going down. And having a guy like Pat and Josh – you can do a lot more things than other teams are able to do.
That's true.
100%. They can smooth over a lot of rough spots in the roster offensively. And one of the things that Bills are capable of with their offensive line, unlike Kansas City, they handed off a lot.
No doubt.
They were 51% run
49
last
year.
year.
And some of that was, they're up late on the Jets 40-7.
Of course.
Mitch Trubisky's handing it off a little bit.
And that's good because, listen, as much as we want to see Josh Allen put on his cape and be Superman, I don't want to see it often.
Yeah,
because
it's nice to see him in a baseball hat at the end of the third quarter.
No doubt
too.
about it.
Yeah,
but when he decides, hey, our offense is struggling, they're giving me a little bit of breather room, I'm going to find a gap, and I'm going to either get a first down, make a big play, or score a touchdown and use my legs. That's fine. But if you have a running back group that you can hand the ball off to, that gives you peace of mind knowing that your quarterback isn't out there being your leading rusher.
Last one. You're in here covering Hard Knocks, guys. Yeah. And the one thing I noticed about the crews that are running around here in training camps, they're really intense. I caught a whole crew, cameras, the grips, the boom mic. They are sprinting because they don't
want to miss anything.
They can't miss anything. So the fun part about it is, as serious as we take our jobs and as hard as these guys practice at, these Hard Knocks guys are literally they're sweating buckets.
No doubt.
Over an extra 5 seconds of film
they
want to get. You know what I mean?
They want to get, because that might be the goal.
That might be goal.
I was talking to the director, and he said, we get the script. Because it just hit me in the moment when I was sitting down with them. I was like, you have to get the game plan for the practice. He's like, yeah, we get the script early because we have to know every single segment period of the practice because we need to anticipate where we're running to.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And the thing is, we're doing all that, sweating our asses off, trying to make sure we get the proper shot, get the proper audio, get that goal that we can throw into the next show, all the while staying the hell out of the way. Because, listen, you can't – could you imagine if a Hard Knocks guy tripped up? Just like tripped up or got in the way or they had to delay a segment because the camera fell? McDermott would lose it. So
they ain't getting any water breaks either.
No doubt. So the fact that they don't get in trouble and they do stay out of the way, it just means they're doing their job. It's almost like they're invisible. They're ninjas with cameras.
Last one I got for you, Nate, just to kind of give everybody a little preview. You know, your NFL on CBS crew in the studio.
No
Matt Ryan's in there now, right? He's your new addition.
JJ's in the booth.
JJ is in the booth now, and you still have Coach.
Yep.
And you, obviously, with James. So maybe just talk about the dynamics of that new studio group and how you guys are kind of getting used to working off one another. So week one, you guys are just as ready as the rest of the league.
Yeah, hit the ground running. I wasn't surprised when JJ left. Loved having him in studio. I would have, loved him to be there. He's got to be
closer to it, doesn't
he? But yeah, that was it.
He's got to be closer to it.
We did the Christmas game together, and I'm sitting there with this big hulking figure. He's still in great shape. Still looks like he can play. But then when he got there I could just see it in his eyes. I'm far removed. I retired in 14, but him, I can tell he had. It's just to be closer to the game, and the reason that they were going to leave the group as a foursome, and we'll add in some guys if they want to join us, but they want to give us more time, similar to the NBA on TNT.
Yeah.
Let's unpack things. You know what I mean? Give it a chance for us to really show our passion for the game, our IQ for the game, and give the fans an opportunity to listen to us.
I think people inaccurately think that the studio gig, it's vastly different than being in the booth. They're both great, and in some ways, it's way better to be in the studio because it's a very much more routine. Out in the booth, you're at a different city, different game, different teams, different, and it also
pulls out the player in you. It pulls it right out of you.
Yeah. And so that's it. Doesn't surprise me that guys can say, "Listen, I'd love to be in the booth if you let me." Yeah.
And I don't want to put you on the spot, but are we giving away any sports coats this year?
100%.
Okay.
Yeah, listen, we have 3 games on the road. We will be here in Buffalo for the game, and I'm going to wear a coat that I'm going to bet. The tricky part is, though, I've made an agreement with myself that I should not bet against the Bills anymore. So I have to figure out how to bet on something within the game. Because I still want to give a fan an opportunity to wear my jacket. Because that red coat is everywhere.
Yeah, I know.
Red coat is there. Shout out to Justin.
The coat went viral.
The coat went super viral.
Awesome. Thanks,
Nate. I appreciate you guys having me. And by the way, you guys do an incredible job, man.
Thank you. Appreciate that. That's NFL on CBS studio host. Don't forget, this guy also works mornings, too. CBS Mornings co-anchor. It's Nate Burleson joining us here on One Bills Live. Plenty more coming your way. Stay tuned.